What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. I am excited as can be. Getting ready to head over to the ball fields. Going to get there early, try and be one of the first ones in there, try and get the ambiance of practice, and really check out the storylines that are the notes and things that we're hearing and stuff. So if we start talking about things that have been doing well and things that are worth watching and so on, I would say, first of all, I want to see how Jalen Tolbert is. Jalen Tolbert, you know, Dak Prescott has definitely pumped him up and basically said that this guy is really doing a lot of great things. This is his third year. First year was a disappointment. Last year, spending time with Michael Gallup, of course. I think he was the better receiver than Michael Gallup, but of course the narrative was that Michael Gallup was getting like $13 million, and they, of course, don't want to admit that they made a mistake and literally don't do anything with him. So, you know, Jalen Tolbert, now that Michael Gallup is gone and since retired, which is kind of interesting, the thing that we always hear about Dak Prescott, that he's got such great talent and stuff. Very rarely do we ever have somebody who is from the Cowboys, wide receiver-wise, that leave and go on and do incredible things. About the only ones that you have to, of course, look at, you have to say is, well, the Cowboys made a mistake in letting Amari Cooper go. And, of course, damn, I can't think of his name right now. Blonde hair, short guy, Mr. Hot Sauce, who actually praised Dak Prescott as the best quarterback that he worked with. And he had Tom Brady and, of course, Josh Allen working with them. But seeing what Jalen Tolbert is actually becoming, the last time I was here, his rookie year, I actually gave him a plaque of a college reception. So, you know, to see him still on the team and still growing and everything else, you know, he's one of my favorites out there. So hopefully this becomes the breakout season for him. Mike Zimmer's defense. Now, the thing that's always the narrative that we keep catching, of course, is that, you know, Dak Prescott, he's to throw an interception, or Trey Lance to throw an interception. Could it be that the Cowboys secondary and their defense is really that good, that this may be the best defense that they're actually facing, and those guys make plays as well as the offense? And this goes back to the whole narrative of it's good when you're good on both sides of the line because you practice the way you play. You know, I remember back my days at JMU, okay? Let's be clear here. I'm not anywhere near the level of these guys. My claim to fame is Charles Haley was on was the star on our team. We had him, we had, of course, Gary Clark and things like that. Special teams guy, backup nose guard, okay? Okay, so let me be clear. Let me give truth in advertising. But in practice, there was like a, if you make me look good, I won't kill you from the starting offensive line. That's literally what it said. You know, take it easy, man. Don't be out here showboating. My attitude was, that doesn't help you any if I'm out here lunching and making you look good. Because when you play against those other guys on Saturday, they ain't out here to make you look good. They're out here to kick your ass. And so I would go all out. And, of course, I'd get in fights. I'd get cussed at. The offensive linemen get yelled at by the coaches and things. But it made them better players. And so by the Cowboys having guys that are playing really good, okay? So having Mozzie Smith going against a Zach Martin and going against a Tyler Smith and things, and a Brock Hoffman are going to make him better as a player. Having Micah Parsons pass rushing and things and giving you all these different looks is going to make the offensive line better. And having Dak Prescott, Trey Lance, and Cooper Rush throwing against our secondary, which are pick magnets. Let's be clear here. They've gotten more interceptions over the last few years than anybody. So, of course, they're going to get a lot in practice too. So there's going to be the storyline of how is Mike Zimmer's defense coming together. It seems like to me, from what I've seen and so on, that I think that it's going to be a better defense than it was before. That's just my opinion personally. No disrespect to the guys we lost, Dorrance Armstrong, Dante Fowler, Hankins and things. When you start thinking about adding back, you know, Trayvon Diggs, in there. When you think about Micah Parsons and the way he has been getting better each year, adding him back here, having D-Law, who is basically now fighting for his future here with the Cowboys, and then you start adding actually linebackers to the defense, I think the defense could potentially be better than it was last year. Of course, our Achilles heel was stopping the run. And that's where we come to the next thing that I'm looking forward to, is to see actually Mazi. Now, the sad thing is there's no love for the big guys. There is no love for the big guys. The way the stuff was set up in past years was when you first walk into training camp, before you get to the bleachers, there's a bunch of porta potties. Bunch of porta potties, right? And you know what porta potties are like after they've been used. So if the Cowboys were having fans there, like say the Eagles, and everybody's in there and they've been to In-N-Out Burger, and it's gone in and now it's come out in the porta potties, it stinks. It stinks, okay? Guess what? That's where they put the defensive linemen. That's where they've got the blocking sleds and everything else. You got the row of porta potties, then you got the blocking sled over there. They are literally giving the defensive line shit. They just are. That's the way they treat them. And so you can't really see them because you got to get past the porta potties and look at a diagonal. And see, this bothers me because I love the big guys. Okay, wait, let me stop that. Pause. I love watching the big men in the middle that get no love. You see where they treat them. Ain't nobody else working out behind the porta potties but the defensive lineman. So I want to see Mazi Smith for myself. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that have been literally trashing the man and say, he's on the ground all the time. I'm done with him. He's a... Man, do you know what you're talking about? Do you know what you're talking about? That's my question. So I want to see and judge for myself being there. And you can't judge everybody off of a couple plays. You just can't, okay? I can't judge Trey Lance from 3 interceptions the first practice there versus nobody talking about how he looked in the last practice on Saturday. He actually had some really nice passes. So I want to see that dynamic of Trey Lance. And it'll be really nice. This is where you'll really be able to kind of get a better feel for things. Will be Thursday when they practice against the Rams. That's where you're probably going to see the most lively competition because you've been hitting on the same guys. When you're hitting on the same guys, okay, you know what to expect, okay? You know their moves and so on. And you get into a rhythm. Well, now you're out of your comfort zone because now you're going against somebody you haven't been before. You're now looking at different schemes and everything else. And you've got guys over there on the Rams that are saying, I've got to perform because I am fighting for a roster spot. So you're going to see some livelier play. Maybe we'll see a fight. Maybe we'll see a fight. So those are some of the things that I want to see for myself. I want to see how Marshawn Nealon is definitely looking out there. I want to see if Agent Zero Overshown is as good as advertised. You know, we're putting a lot on a guy who is coming back from an ACL injury, who was a rookie last year that didn't get on the field during the season. But I want to see all of these things, and I'm hoping that I can get all this together. Something I'm going to try here, I actually bought this several months ago, and this will be interesting to see actually how this works. But, you know, I'm going to be like the Terminator, okay? The Terminator here. I'll be back. But what you don't know is these are actually Wi-Fi enabled glasses that actually record in high def. So I've got this phone that will just have the glasses on, and then I can go back and I can look at this stuff here. And of course I have the one I'm recording on right now that I can also be recording on. So you'll see what I see, and then you can judge what you see out there. Hopefully I can get it all to work. I hope I can get it all to work, but then again, you know I'm an idiot and I'll probably forget to actually put them on. All right, guys, I'll see you at training camp. Peace.